Here's one thing I know about your speaking problems. They're usually not what you think. What does that even mean? Well, what it means is that the things you self-diagnose as problems in your presentation, they're not actually the issue. They're just symptoms of something deeper. But there's good news here. That deeper stuff is actually easier to fix than you think. And once you fix it, the problems you've been struggling with, they just kind of go away. Don't believe me? Let me give you 5 quick examples. 5 things that are symptoms of bigger problems. Number 1, running out of time is simply a problem of having built your talk the wrong way. You built your talk from a journal article and you tried to trim and trim and trim and trim until it fit into the space that you had. But that never works. You always stop trimming just before it fits, thinking that you'll speak fast and then you'll get there. But it doesn't work that way. You need a different strategy. Number 2, we've all seen this, right? Presenter looks at their slides and then speaks and looks at their slide, and pretty soon everybody's just looking at their slide. Presenters looking at their slide too much, right? So the problem that we try and fix is to get presenters to stop looking at their slides. But the problem isn't fixed by telling you to stop looking at your slides. It's fixed by changing what's on the slides. If what's on the slides is your notes, you're going to keep looking at them. So the symptom, is you looking at your slides. That's what we want you to stop doing. But that's not actually the problem. Here's another problem. We'll say this is number 3. People blank in their presentation. They're going along, and then suddenly they can't remember what they were going to say next. Most people think that's a memory or a nervousness problem. It's not either of them. What it is a trajectory problem. What it is that you don't have a logical narrative flow to your presentation. One idea doesn't naturally progress from the previous one. So when one idea doesn't naturally progress from the previous idea, then we sometimes forget what comes next. But when one idea just naturally progresses, when there's a natural flow to your presentation, that memory problem or that anxiety problem goes away. Here's another one. Speaking too quietly. We think speaking too quietly is the problem. But it's actually not. The problem is the way you're breathing. When you change how you're breathing, you will no longer be speaking too quietly. Focusing on talking louder, that doesn't solve it. What you need to do is focus on how you stand and be thinking about how you breathe. And when you do that, the problem of speaking too softly, well, that one goes away. So the 5th one, actually there could be a 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way through to 17 and probably 25. But we're just doing these as example. The 5th one is your anxiety, your nervousness about speaking. It's not actually a public speaking problem. You can practice speaking while anxious and you can get better at speaking while anxious, but you'll still be anxious. But the reason you're anxious is usually a content problem. It's usually that you're not sure that you have something of value to share. This isn't about public speaking anxiety. This is about the content that you're sharing. You start to have confidence in the content that you're sharing. You start to have confidence in the clarity with which you're sharing it. And that speaking anxiety, that speaking nervousness, it'll start to fade fast. So there's 5 quick examples of problems that actually aren't problems, they're symptoms. If you're interested in actually getting better at public speaking instead of just playing whack-a-mole with problems, maybe the program I've built is right for you. Check it out in the comments.